What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 191, and we start today's episode off by once again looking at our European Championship group. We've got Spain, we've got Portugal, the side we take on for the first game of today's episode, and we've also got Hungary as well. So Euro 2020, and as I mentioned before, when it comes down to international football in Career Mode, if this is the first Career Mode of mine you've watched, well, I only play the tournaments. I don't play the friendlies, I don't play the qualifiers, I simulate all of those. I'll only ever play the tournaments, and it's always fun for me when they come round as well, because I don't know about you guys, some of you, I've read this in some comments I've had on previous international tournaments during my career modes before. Some of you don't seem to like it, you seem to think that you'd rather just start a new season, but some of you really like it. It's a nice little side story, you know, and I'm definitely in the latter camp. You know, I really do like to play these international tournaments. It's just fun for me to have a little bit of a break from the regular domestic and club work that you do in career mode. So with England here, of course, we won the World Cup in 2018, so coming into this game against Portugal, it's actually a pretty strong group, isn't it? You know, Hungary I expect us to win against, but as for Spain and Portugal, both pretty decent nations, so it's going to be difficult for us, but I fancied our chances. The team I put out there seemed pretty strong. The first chance fell to us and the second chance fell to Portugal, but just past the quarter of an hour mark here we had another great chance. Luke Garbett going down his left hand side, taking it around his man, crossing the ball in. Sturridge had a free header, and that is a really poor miss from Daniel Sturridge. So still 0-0 in this game, and in the 41st minute again we come forward. Daniel Sturridge racing across the halfway line, finds Wayne Rooney. Rooney holds the ball up here and spreads it out wide towards Theo Walcott. Down this right hand side he takes on Pereira, cuts inside with a double step over, then a quick little fake shot and shoots, but the goalkeeper Rui Patricio makes a good save and Portugal get it away. So still 0-0 in this game, but 15 minutes after the restart here and just past the hour mark, Portugal come forward, and unfortunately for us would also score the first goal of the game. It was crossed in by Rafa, and Eder crossed the ball, Eder headed the ball in the centre and made it England 0, Portugal 1. And you may have noticed there's no Cristiano Ronaldo for Portugal. Unfortunately for us, the lineups weren't shown, so I couldn't actually see the bench, but he didn't come on for the entire game, and he's totally fit. He's match fit and everything. I looked at him, I had a search for him after the game to see if Ronaldo was injured or something, but he's match fit. He's 93 overall, but Portugal didn't play with Ronaldo, yet they were still 1-0 up in this game. So a very, very poor start to the second half. But just a few minutes later, we get the ball to Wayne Rooney. Rooney finds Daniel Sturridge, who takes it around his man with the fake shot here. He shoots, it's deflected, it comes to Jordan Henderson, and Henderson makes it England 1, Portugal 1. So both of those players have now left Liverpool. Henderson plays for West Brom, Sturridge plays for Bayern Munich, and it was the Bayern Munich striker's shot which was deflected, and the West Bromwich Albion midfielder's strike which went past Rui Patricio and trickled into the back of the net. So England 1, Portugal 1, and we're back on level terms just a few minutes after conceding the first goal of the tournament for us. And in the 83rd minute we had a great chance to win it. Jack Wilshere on the ball, gives it to Danny Welbeck. Welbeck keeps hold of the ball, eventually plays it through towards Jack Wilshere. Nice little first touch, good offload towards Oxlade-Chamberlain, and his strike is well saved by Patricio, and Welbeck's header is also saved by the goalkeeper. So still 1-1, and it was how the game would finish as well. England 1, Portugal 1. A bit of a difficult game in all honesty. I guess I was a little bit naive to suggest we should probably win this game. Not easily, but I felt as though we probably should have picked up the 3 points in the first game, but maybe I was just being a bit naive, to be honest. I guess I just looked at the lineup and saw there was no Ronaldo and thought, well, Portugal's team is okay, don't get me wrong, but without Ronaldo, their star man, I should probably be able to get a win. But I guess I was naive to think that, really. And yeah, a draw was a fair result, really. It was a tough game, but a draw was a fair result. So after the first round of games, Spain drew with Hungary, so every single team in the group had 1 point to begin with. So as Hungary took us on for the second game, this time the lineups were shown. I've mentioned this before, I don't know why exactly, but there are some games where the lineups get shown, and there's sometimes they don't get shown, and there's sometimes that a league or group table will get shown, and sometimes it won't. It's really weird, but this time we saw the lineups, and I didn't really know too many names in that Hungary side at all, in all honesty, so I definitely fancied our chances. And the first chance would fall in the 9th minute as the ball comes to Theo Walcott at the far post, but his header goes over the bar and behind for a goal kick. But in the 40th minute it was still 0-0, and to be honest, I was barely in the game. I couldn't really get hold of the ball and look threatening at all, but thankfully for us, as Wayne Rooney goes forward here, we do take the lead he smashes the ball at the goalkeeper Galaxy, who does make a little bit of a save. He seems like he's gonna make the save, to be honest, as he spreads his body, but it seems to sort of just trickle under his body and go into the back of the net. You can't blame him for it. It's just a bit unfortunate for the goalkeeper, but even so, Wayne Rooney does get the goal and makes it Hungary 0, England 1. And just before the half-time mark here, we come forward again. Great chance to make it 2-0. Rooney plays for Andy Carroll. Carroll goes through one-on-one. He's got the strength to hold the challenge off, and he also finesses the ball past the goalkeeper and makes it 2-0 to England. So Hungary 0, England 2. We're on course for our first 3 points of the group stage at the half-time mark, and it was a really nice finish by Andy Carroll. Of course, the 2 West Bromwich Albion players linking up there, and I love Andy Carroll on this game. He's so big, powerful and strong, and he's a really good finisher of the ball as well. So Hungary 0, England 2, and on the stroke of the half-time mark, a great chance to make it 3-0. Jack Wilshere finds Ross Barkley, and Barkley's strike goes just wide and behind for a goal kick. So 2-0 was the score at half-time, and in the second half, were Hungary going to try and get themselves back in the game? Well, not really, because they didn't have the best of starts, and just 6 minutes after the restart, Danny Welbeck goes close here. Galaxy making a fine save and also getting up to save the rebounded header as well. It was still 2-0 though, and in the 76th minute, again, Hungary give the ball away. Rooney wins it back, but he also gives the ball away. Hungary have their first chance of the game here as they play the ball forward towards Salai, and his strike is well saved by Joe Hart and turned behind for a corner by Luke Garbett. So still 2-0, and it was how the game would finish as well. A 2-0 victory. Pleased to get a clean sheet for Joe Hart. Pleased to get the 3 points, most importantly, and a pretty easy win in all honesty. Hungary didn't give us too many problems other than that chance there, which Joe Hart made the save for, and we did win the game. So coming into the third and final game of the group stage here, we do take on Spain, as Spain take us on, and as you can see by the group table as well, we're top of the group with 4 points. Spain and Portugal both have 2 points each, and Hungary are bottom of the group with 1 point, which means coming into this game, all we needed to do was get a draw and we would qualify for the knockout stages. And again, there were no lineups shown. I don't know why this is, but anyway, I looked at Spain scored, and of course it was very, very decent indeed, as you would expect. A very, very good team out there, but I definitely felt confident of our chances to get at least a point in this game. We did rest quite a few players though, but the first chance would fall to us. Harrison Reed finding Danny Welbeck from this corner, and his header was cleared off the line, and eventually it comes to Ravel Morris, and he finds Oxlade-Chamberlain, and his strike goes just wide of the post and behind for a goal kick. But the first chance did come to us there, but the second chance fell here in the 20th minute as Spain had a free kick. Ramos crosses the ball in, and eventually it's not really dealt with. Some really scrappy defending resulted in Spain getting a good chance to take the lead here, with Parejo finding Koke, and his strike is well saved by Joe Hart and turned behind for a corner. So really poor defending by me, in all honesty. I'm surprised I got away with that, but it was still goalless. In the 28th minute, we pass out from the back with Chris Smalling finding Phil Jones, who gives it to Oxlade-Chamberlain, and as Chamberlain picks the ball up inside his own half here, I just decided to run and just keep on running with Oxlade-Chamberlain. He rode 3 defenders and ended up smashing the ball in at the near post, and the Ox doesn't actually play for Arsenal anymore. I think he plays for Real Madrid now in the game, but I'm definitely considering getting him back to the Emirates, because the Ox had a fantastic run there. Although I will say that the finish, it was a good finish. It was struck with a lot of power, and it was a tight angle, so we had some good accuracy on it. But Kiko Casilla, the goalkeeper, I have no idea how he didn't save that. It's at his near post. He's covering that post. How he let the ball go through his body and inside that near post was really poor goalkeeping there. So England 1, Spain 0. Take nothing away from the goal from Chamberlain. Picking the ball up inside his own half and scoring is a pretty good achievement, but the goalkeeper, in my opinion, should have saved it. He didn't though, and it's 1-0 to England. And on the stroke of half time, we come forward again here. Welbeck down the left hand side. Lovely little turn to get around the defender. Keeps hold of the ball, swings it across, picks out Ravel Morrison at the far post. He flicks it back. Chamberlain shoots, and Casilla, again, it's pretty poor goalkeeping. He seems to let the ball just squirm through his body. It comes to Danny Welbeck at the far post, and Welbeck, again, it's poor goalkeeping. It really is on both counts. Welbeck smashes the ball. Casilla just parries the ball into his own goal, and it's England 2, Spain 0. So any chance of Spain getting back into this game was looking pretty bleak, in all honesty. And for us, we had to concede 3 goals and go ahead and lose this game to not qualify for the knockout stages. So we were in a very healthy position indeed, and Carroll did make it 3-0 in the 54th minute here, but unfortunately for us, Big Andy was denied by the linesman's flag. So we just drilled in across there, and I thought Carroll might be able to get on the end of it and score, which he did, but sadly the offside flag was up, and correctly so. Tight decision, but correct decision. And in the 72nd minute here, Spain tried to get themselves back into the game, but as you can see, we cleared the ball off the line with Aaron Creswell and keep it at 2-0. And in the 77th minute here, we come forward again with Luke Shaw on the ball. He shoots from range and Casilla makes the save and Spain get it away. So still 2-0 to England, but really it was a relatively routine victory for us. Spain did have quite a few chances, but they never really looked like taking those chances. Joe Hart made a good save there and kept it at 2-0. They never really looked like they were going to score. You know, their shots were really, you know, they were accurate enough, but they weren't threatening enough, if that makes sense. And in the 86th minute here, as Luke Shaw goes on a run down his left-hand side, he turns on the afterburners, and so Zeta is not going to catch up with Shaw. He keeps on going, swings it across, it comes to the Ox on the far post, he finds Carroll, and his volley as well, saved by the goalkeeper, and eventually cleared away. So final score, England 2, Spain 0. We win again, so we end the group with 7 points. We do finish top, and that means we are going to the knockout stages of the European Championships, which is fantastic. So as always guys, a big thank you for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.